The resistance fighter, who was greatest in the face of her executioners, was Jeanette Johanna Schaft, better known by her nicknames, Hannie and Jo. She must have been one of the bravest members of the Dutch resistance. Despite still being more or less a girl, she became a seasoned resistance fighter, exposing herself to great danger without hesitation. But what she is most known for is how, far too young, she left this world. Schaft was just 20 years old, a law student at the University of Amsterdam, when the Netherlands was invaded and occupied by the Third Reich in May 1940. When anti-Semitic laws were introduced, it inspired her to begin her resistance against the occupiers, as she had Jewish friends at the university. Initially, her actions were small-scale but far from harmless. She stole identity cards to give to Jews and helped those fleeing to find places to hide. If she had been caught, she would have risked imprisonment or worse. In April 1943, everything came to a head when the German occupiers demanded that all students sign a declaration of loyalty to the Third Reich. 80% of students refused, and Schaft was one of them. She was forced to end her studies and return to her hometown of Haarlem. It was then that her resistance began in earnest. She joined the pro-communist resistance movement, Rod van Verzet, the Council of Resistance, which did not hesitate to use deadly force against the occupiers. Like most women in the organization, she was primarily a courier since women were not searched as often at checkpoints. But Schaft wasn't satisfied with this. She wanted a more active role. After a dramatic initiation test, Schaft earned the same status in the organization as her male comrades. She began collaborating with two teenage girls, the sisters Truus and Freddie Overstegen. The trio carried out resistance actions not typically associated with girls, sabotage and assassination. They were so successful that they quickly climbed to the top of the Gestapo's most wanted list. Schaft, in particular, became a notorious terrorist. Gestapo men unimaginatively called her the girl with the red hair because of her auburn hair. Schaft was forced to go underground, disguising herself by dyeing her hair black and wearing glasses. Despite the immense pressure, she refused to give up the fight. Then, in March 1945, her luck ran out. She was stopped and searched at a checkpoint. Guards found a pistol and illegal resistance newspapers in her bag. She was arrested immediately. Her captors noticed her dyed hair had red roots, and a pro-German witness identified her. The young woman was placed in solitary confinement and subjected to severe torture, but the torturers never managed to break her will. Schaft refused to give up any information about her comrades. Resistance fighters were routinely executed by the occupation regime, and Schaft would not escape this grim fate. On April 17, 1945, she was taken to the dunes near the town of Bloemendal, a place where the occupiers executed resistance fighters. But the execution didn't go as planned. The German SS officer tasked with executing her took aim and fired, but the bullet only grazed her temple. The words Schaft then screamed at her executioner have become legendary. "I'm a better shot than you." A Dutch collaborator then grabbed a submachine gun, and Schaft fell in a hail of bullets, just 25 years old. After the war, 422 resistance fighters executed at the site were exhumed and given a proper burial. Of these, Hannie Schaft was the only woman. She was posthumously awarded several medals, including the Dutch Resistance Cross from Queen Wilhelmina and the American Medal of Freedom from General Eisenhower. Her courage lives on as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of tyranny.